Hey guys, it's katiejuly. This is my week 25 post-op gastric bypass update. So let's do the numbers first, get them out of the way. I started off 25 weeks ago at 290 pounds. And I don't think I've ever said this on the video, but I was thinking about it this week because I had surgery when I think I said this though, I did Weight Watchers for about 6 months before surgery and that wasn't working and whatever, and then I did Nutrisystem for a month. And then I admitted defeat because in all that time, 7 months, I lost 7 pounds and I went and saw a surgeon. So my highest weight was actually 297, which whatever. I started this weight loss surgery journey at 290, but it is sort of exciting to think that I did lose those other 7 pounds too. But 290 25 weeks ago. Last week I was 294.2. This morning the traffic. This morning I am, oh my God, last week I was 194.2. This morning I am 191.4. So it's a loss of 2.8 pounds this week. Yay! And I am super, super close to hitting the 190. So I have another week according to my crazy deadline. The other exciting thing is I was on vacation for 4 days. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer. I was on vacation for 4 days, and it's really, for me, it's, self-impressive to have gone on vacation and seeing 2 of my good friends and to have lost. It just felt really awesome. I could definitely tell, having shed 100 pounds, basically, that I was able to do a ton more. I talked about critical mass in my last video. I wound up not doing critical mass with my friends, but I did do a bike ride. My friend who lives in Atlanta does yoga every day, so we did yoga together 2 different days for, half an hour, 45 minutes. I did a half-hour bike ride with her to a restaurant, which was awesome. Like, it wasn't that scary. We were in traffic. She's just like a rock star, so I just kind of followed what she did and tried to, let her shield me from traffic and stuff. There was a huge hill, and I made it to the top. That felt really, really good. And then the 3 of us went for a hike up Stone Mountain, if anyone's near Atlanta, which is huge, and it took us an hour, and it was just like, it felt like the whole thing was straight up. And definitely I had to take some breaks and was huffing and puffing, but there's no way I could have done that before. So I did a short bike ride with them. We did the hour-long hike. I did yoga twice with them, and we went to the gym and kind of each did our own thing for an hour. I did cardio. I did my couch 5K run and then some elliptical. One of them swam and one of them did weights. I also did yoga twice before. I did it last night and I did it Tuesday before my trip. So I feel like this week was really, really active. The couch to 5K stuff, it's just really hard to get in 3 times a week for me, just with scheduling and stuff, although I like it, so I want to keep doing it. And I need to just refocus on that. But basically I did yoga 4 times. I ran and did elliptical once. I did a bike ride once, and I hiked once. So I feel like tons of movement for me. And it's funny because once I start doing stuff every day, and the yoga realistically, calorically, isn't an awesome workout, but I feel like just stretching and moving my body and thinking about my body for half an hour. And I did it last night, in my living room, like nothing. My friend gave me just the 12 things that she does or whatever. I feel like even that's enough just to help me feel like a little bit more focused on my health, and then it helps me with eating. So once I'm doing something every day, even if it's just a half hour of yoga, I feel like it's hard to skip a day almost, and it just feels really, really good to be moving. So that's exciting. We also, just in terms of the trip, we went to Athens, which is near Atlanta. Walked around a ton. We ate a lot of really good food. I had oven fried chicken and fried green tomatoes and collard greens and biscuits and grits. The difference is that I had a bite of everything. And I was still trying to really focus on protein first. I didn't bring my protein shakes because I didn't want to deal with it. And I was I think I can get pretty high up. And of the 4 days, I think one day I had 35 grams of protein. That was really low. But the other days I was all in the high 50s just from eating, Greek yogurt for breakfast with peanut butter and eating cheese and apples for snacks. And when we went out, I had a quarter of a biscuit when we went out for one meal. I had a bite of grits to try them. I love grits. I had, an eighth of the oven fried chicken breast. So I feel like it was pretty healthy overall. My friends are both, pretty athletic, like I said, so that made it easy. I wound up talking a ton about my surgery, I felt, and I didn't want to totally bore them, but, I was explaining the science of it and kind of the science behind it at one point, but then also just, obviously at every meal eating not that much and not taking it home. We'd wind up talking about, why I just can't take every meal I don't finish home because it becomes a chore to finish leftovers for 4 meals and stuff like that. And, the last night I was there, we had kind of a dinner party, and there wound up being 5 girls there. And that was sort of a moment for me, I didn't feel ashamed of how big I was, and I didn't feel freakish, and I didn't feel, at one point we were, chatting about sex and stuff, and I felt like I could participate in that conversation, and people weren't, raising an eyebrow. I mean, not even that they would, but this is how I felt. I felt totally before not sexy and stuff. So I felt like I could participate in those conversations, and, I felt like I'd entered the realm of, human normal. But still looking around, I mean, those 5 girls are all thin and, toned and super fit and super athletic. And, I am still obese. It was just sort of a weird, hard moment to think, to get kind of caught up in I'm doing so great, and I'm down 100 pounds, and I feel so much better, and I can do more things with my friends, and, I'm not freaking out about food as much, and, I'm not holding back when we want to go out and go bike riding or whatever. And then, to just feel but I have a long way to go. I mean, I know in some ways it's not a long way, and I've come a long way, but just to think, yeah, I have a long way to go. I don't know. We went shopping. We went to Old Navy, and that was really fun. And it was so hot in Atlanta. I packed a sweater. In New York, it was pretty chilly. Today it's hot, but it was pretty chilly. I packed a sweater. I packed a scarf. I was I don't think I'm going to need a jacket, but I'll, bring my hoodie. And I got off the plane, and it was just a dripping sweat. It was 88 degrees. So, the third day we went to Old Navy to get, I brought the wrong running shorts. I wanted to get another pair of running pants that were tight and wouldn't fall down. And they had these 7-inch board shorts. I'll have to make a video later of them. They're really short, 7 inches. And I was I don't know. But I tried them on a size 14, and they totally fit. And I was actually looking at this morning a video of me week 21 just to see how much I've lost in the last 4 weeks, which is 10 pounds. And I was talking about squeezing into a 14. And it's cool that a month later, I picked up that pair of 14 off the rack, and I knew they were going to fit. They weren't too loose or anything. They weren't snug. So I wore those. It was just so hot, any hesitation I had about wearing shorts. It was just whatever, I'll deal with this later, and just wore them, and it felt really, really good. It just felt awesome. My eating was pretty good this week. I was probably about 1,100 calories. Most days, basically, if I eat when I'm hungry and I do protein first and I am mindful, I'm eating 1,050 calories. It's creepy, but it's almost exact. A lot of that's because I eat, similar foods every day. I had one day of eating 1,500 when we were splurging a bit more at the southern food, but that was fine, whatever. We went on an art walk. I'm trying to think of all the fun stuff we did. We went on an art walk. We went hiking. We went for a bike ride. We went to Athens. We saw the Georgia Guidestones, which are these Stonehenge kind of stones with post-apocalypse instructions written on them, which is sort of weird. But the road trip was really, really nice. She just lives in this huge house apartment with 3 other people. And there's this big empty room that they're using as a belly dancing yoga area. And it was crazy to be in that much space. It was really awesome to be in that much space and just move around and lay on the floor and play board games wherever we wanted. And it was really fun. So I also had Rita's Italian ice. I had just, we all split one of them. Sugar-free pineapple was so tasty. So that was my trip. I'm back. I went grocery shopping last night. I'm going to get back to my protein shakes, which I actually wound up really craving, which is weird. I hope you guys are all having a really good week, and I will chat with you later. Okay, bye.